Welcome to this Sahara 4 exercise. In this exercise, we will automatically create the pattern distribution of our project, which is the same as saying the different flow elements that will link injector and producers over time in each different layer. So for that, we will open our Sahara project, and here, just as a demonstration, I will create some flow elements but manually. You can do it by clicking in this well and patterns tool, and here you can see that you have plenty of different options. You can create new wells, open wells, in this case open perforations in layers, close the perforations, convert to injector, convert to oil producer from injector, and we have two options here to create new elements. This tool here will allow us to click on the injector, click on a different point, and then to the producer, and we will create the flow element. Here we can do the same, but it's a little bit more free. We can join and create different shapes here to create a different flow element. So now what we will see is that this flow element will join this injector and this producer that are both open, and this other producer as well, and it will remain up to the point that one of them is closed or up to the end of the project. So now we have this flow element that will remain here from the point that I define here, and also only in this layer. So if I move to a different layer, you can see here that the well is closed, so it's not open here. But even if I find another layer where this injector is open, like this, the flow element will not remain. So each flow element will be defined only in the layer where I created it the first time. So as you can imagine, if we have plenty of layers and plenty of wells, and we have a lot of different days where each one is going to be closed and open, the idea of creating all these flow elements by hand is going to start becoming very difficult to actually do, because it's just too much information. So for that, the standard procedure is to do them automatically. So now for that, we will go to pattern and coefficients, and this first option here, automatic pattern generation, will allow us to create our patterns. So here the only thing that we have to select is the different layers that we will create the patterns in. In this case I selected all the layers, and here we have some options. First, we have the search radius. This means which is the minimum distance between active producer and active injector in each layer for them to be linked with a flow element. Um, Consider that you can change this as you want. You can use a higher value if you want to consider more flow elements and more total area being swept. Here you can consider also other options, pattern factor. In this case, this is going to be related to the efficiency of the swept. If I have here 1 is the highest value available, it's going to be like 100% efficiency of the swept. And here, if I start doing values lower than 1, if I start adding lower values, we will see that the effect that is created is that the volume that is swept between different injector and producer is going to be less efficient, so we will have more unswept space between them. So I will consider 1 for now, and here maximum angle is going to define a maximum angle for the flow element to exist from being measured from the injector. And here we have this option, perforated wells only, that this, if it's checked, it will only consider in the calculation the current perforated wells. If you uncheck this option here, Sahara will calculate the flow elements, but it's also going to consider the future position of the flow elements that have not yet been created in the future dates. So, for example, if there is a space that is going to be occupied by a future flow element, if you uncheck it here, that space will remain without being occupied by a previous flow element. Normally, you will always want this option check. And here from is the date where the first flow elements will be created. So now let's create our example. So let's consider this 1500 is okay as a search radius. We can consider this value here. For pattern factor, let's consider 0.75. Let's do it a little bit less efficient. We will not use here maximum angle, and we will include only perforated wells as usual. And here let's start in April of 2186. That will be the start of the injection in this project. So now we click on calculate, and we see that Sahara is working with each different layer, creating all the flow elements for us. And here it only took 4 seconds for all the flow elements to be created. And now we can see that by moving here the date, we can see how the flow elements were created. Here I recommend that when you do this in your project, you start working with the different options, consider different pattern factors, or use different maximum angles, and try to find the best fit for the flow elements that you want to create. It's very important that we have the right geometry for the flow elements. Here we can see all of them connected, injector and producer, and how they change over time. Here we can see now that we have this combination here when this well is an injector, but then some wells get converted. For example, I converted this one, and we have a better sweep in all this area here. So we can also we will do more detailed work on visualization in the next exercise, but let's just include the area here so you can see how they change over time. And remember that we'll have a different result in each different layer. So we will have a lot of flow elements that will work separately in each different layer. Here we can see the flow elements coming from here. So that will be everything for this tutorial. We have created our flow elements with the parameters that we desire. Remember, when you do this on your project, try to use different options. Then try to use different pattern factors, different search radius, until you get the geometry that you want for your flow elements. And remember that in the case that you find a good enough fit, but you want to do some modification on your flow elements, you can always use this option here to modify them as if they were polygons. So that's also available. So that will be everything for this tutorial, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.